Good afternoon, everybody, and I'd like to welcome you to this session of the day. So we're going to be covering this afternoon student support, admissions, maths and English. I'm Kathy Durrant and I'm Head of Pastoral Support, and I'll just let the rest of the team introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Angela Wright and I'm Head of Admissions and Careers.
Hi, I'm Lydia Hughes and I'm the Admissions Team Leader.
Good morning, I'm Maggie Noonan and I'm one of the Careers Advisors here at West Suffolk College.
Hi, I'm Rachel Bose, Director of Maths and English at the college.
Good morning, I'm Sarah Louise Neeson and I'm the Student Welfare Manager.
Hello, I'm Simon Holmes and I'm the College Senko.
Hiya, I'm Vicky Bryant and I'm the Learning Support Manager.
Brilliant, so that's the full team. So we're now just sitting here and I'm waiting for the first questions to come through. I can see that they're on their way. Okay, so the first question probably is for Vicky. My son has dyslexia. The support at his school was great, but how can we support him at college?
So all of our students have a learning support interview form when they join us. And from this we can discuss with them what kind of learning support needs they have. So with his dyslexia, he might have strategies in place already. So we'd be using those things that he's already developed to help him within his assignments. That could be in class or out of class.
Fantastic, thank you, Vicky. Now we've got one, I think, for Lydia. How long after applying will I find out if I have a place?
Okay, so once you make an application, you will receive, you will hear from admissions within 5 days. You'll receive an online form to complete as part of the application process. You will then complete this online form. Then after that, you will receive your offer, conditional offer, which will confirm a phone call that you'll receive from the course team. And from that, you basically, once you've submitted your online form, you will hear within 4 weeks from admissions with your conditional offer. So I would say, yeah, 4 weeks is really that you'll hear about your offer from submission of your application.
That's lovely. Thank you, Lydia. And Maggie, one for you. I'm not sure what course to go into. What should I do?
Okay, well, if you're not sure what sort of course you want to do, there's various resources that you can go onto, but we're available for you to book online. There is a booking system on the college website for you to book a one-to-one appointment with us, and that can be via Teams or by telephone, and we can go through all of that with you and find out what your skills are, what the sort of interests you've got, what subjects you really enjoy, and help you to decide on one.
Lovely, thank you, Maggie. One probably for myself and Sarah Louise. What mental health support do you provide for students coming into college? So all students would have a personal support tutor, and they're their first port of call if they have any issues inside and outside of college. And then if we identify that there's mental health issues going on, we would pass over to Sarah Louise's team in the welfare department, and she can tell us more about that.
We assess students also ahead of them coming in to college. So if you indicate that you've got a mental health difficulty, you'll be approached by a welfare officer. Welfare officers are linked to subject areas as well. So when you get to college, you'll also have someone that is a named person that you can go and see. We also link up with other services, so the mental health services, social services as well, actually physically come into student welfare and see students on site. So it's a very joined up way of working.
And one more for you, Sarah Louise. Do we provide food parcels for those who are struggling?
Yes, we do have emergency food parcels. We can also access food banks too. There's always something in student welfare. We have breakfast available in cereal bars. We can pack up bags of emergency food to send home. We also have a bursary that any family can apply to. And details of that are on the website, and you can apply in May. And if you apply to that, you actually may be entitled to meals at lunchtime, in which case the students can go to any of our outlets and get themselves a meal.
Thank you very much. This is either Lydia or Angela. I know the answer to this, but I'll let them answer. Are there still places left for all courses?
Absolutely, yes, definitely. We do encourage applications early. However, we will take applications right through until the end of August when you've got your GCSE results. But really for us, if you apply as soon as possible, then we can kind of get you on the right course as soon as possible.
Thank you. We've got one here. I'm keen to join the college, but I'm pretty nervous. Is there any support available once I join if I'm a bit anxious? Most definitely, yes. And you won't be alone in feeling nervous. The majority of students moving to college do feel slightly anxious about obviously coming to a new environment. And that's again where the personal support tutors will come in. You will be introduced to them very quickly. Within the first week, you'll have identified who your personal support tutor is. And we do things, we will meet you at the doors if you want to, accompany you to the classes, but rest assured very quickly you will make friends at college. They're all in the same boat. You'll all be together, you'll all be nervous, and within sort of 3 days you'll feel like you've been there forever. I've got one for Lydia again. Sent my application on the 14th of October but only had the original thank you email. Should I have heard from someone yet?
You will hear from us from next week when our online form will go live. So whilst you applied 14th of October, yeah, you'd only received the thank you email so far. But from next week onwards, you will hear from us again with the online form.
Thank you. Simon, one for yourself. I have an EHCP. Would I get a one-to-one in the classroom?
Well, the first thing to say is we have a very good relationship with all our feeder schools. So it's likely that someone from West Suffolk College would have been in your Year 11 annual review. So we'll start picking up, assessing and evaluating your needs while you're still at school. We will have a full assessment again within the context of the course you're undertaking at West Suffolk College, and if indeed your education, health and care plan states clearly that you require one-to-one support, you will get that one-to-one support. Thank you.
Thank you. Just having a look here. My son wants to do a course in acting, but there is a strong possibility he won't get a C in maths. Could you please advise?
Sounds like one for me, Kathy. Thank you. There is maths and English provision offered right the way across the curriculum. Not getting that grade 4 or the grade C equivalent in maths and English is not a barrier in any vocational area. When you start to look at the courses that you're interested in, there will be entry requirements for different levels within acting, but I can assure you that there are maths and English classes available right the way across the Conservatoire East repertoire of courses. So if he doesn't quite make the grade, we'll carry on helping him until he does.
Brilliant, thank you. Question here, Lydia or Angela, can I apply for more than one course if I'm unsure what route to take?
Yeah. If you want to consider a couple of options, yeah, make your applications, and you will. Obviously, I keep on mentioning our online form. You'll receive an online form for your first choice, and then if you do want to consider your second option, do let admissions know, and then we will resend the form out again. But you would only need to complete one element of the online form, which would be a personal statement. So obviously every application you make, there will be a personal statement section of the form for you to complete. So we want to establish why you've chosen this course. So yeah, they can make more than one application.
Lovely, thank you very much. Now we've got two ones here that's very similar, so it's possibly Simon for both. Firstly is what provision is there for students with autism currently studying at the primary school? So if we take that one first, Simon.
Well, hopefully we'll have picked up on your learning needs before you reach West Suffolk College. Once you do get here, all staff are thoroughly briefed and expert in delivering to young people who have autism. In addition to that, if you require LSA support, then you will get that support. Plus, staff also get ongoing advice and guidance just to make sure you're very, very well catered for and supported.
Thank you, Simon. And the next one is, I struggle with seizures. How will this be dealt with at West Suffolk College? So we would do a health and safety assessment. As soon as we were made aware that was the issue, we would do a health and safety assessment on them. Simon, is there anything you can add to that?
Well, apart from the risk assessment to ensure that we're very clear about what the particular issues that you have as an individual, we do have a first aid team that are on call throughout the college day. So you will be safe, and if anything happens, then be assured we know what to do and we'll be able to support and help you.
Lovely, thank you very much. Lydia, are we doing any face-to-face interviews at the moment, or are they all online, and where can we apply?
Okay. Well, obviously we would love to invite you in for an interview and see you face to face, but obviously with the current time, we aren't able to do so. So it is online. So as I mentioned before, our online interview form, we will collect some further information from you. So we want to collect the health information, welfare information, learning support information. So we're gathering that beforehand. That'll obviously go on to the relevant teams to check, and then obviously we have the personal statement part, which is where you'll clarify why you give that information of why you want to do this course. So obviously we'll review that, and it will go through to the course teams. So you will receive your conditional offer, and you'll receive confirmation of a time and date that you'll receive a phone call from the course team, and then that will be your opportunity to then speak to the course team in further detail about the course. Ask any questions. They'll obviously provide you with some advice and guidance on the course, making sure it's the right course for you, of what you want to do. In terms of where you want how to apply, you can go to the how to apply section on the website. That will provide you with some information on how to apply. There's a PowerPoint there as well, gives you again the information on how to apply, but simply find the course that you want to apply for on the website. You'll go through to the course page and you'll see there's an apply online button. If you click on there, it'll take you through to the online admissions page where you can then register to then submit your application. Okay.
Lovely. Brilliant, thank you. Next question, are there any student services if you're an adult? The answer is most definitely yes. Personal support tutors work with our access to HE students and also with our degree students, so you would have exactly the same support available, and student welfare work exactly the same regardless if you're one of our younger learners or if you're an adult learner.
Yeah, the same would be said for the careers team as well. We deal with adults as well, so we're quite happy to help them the same as we would a school leaver.
Fantastic, thank you, Maggie. We're not curriculum, but we have got a question overall, how big are class sizes on each course? That's quite a difficult one for us to answer, and it really does depend on the curriculum area. Some courses are restricted by, for example, if it was motor vehicle, we can only have so many students working in the workshop at one time, and that would determine the size of the class. So that one's a bit harder for us to answer. If you knew specifically what curriculum area it was you were looking to go into, you could email us at careersadvice@wsc.ac.uk, and we could give you a much better idea of that area. We've got somebody here, Lydia, who said I've applied but I've not had the form.
No, that'll go live from next week, so you will hear from us next week with the online form.
Fantastic, excellent. Someone has asked, I'm interested in 2 courses. Is it best to speak with the course leaders first?
Not necessarily. If they come and speak to us, we might help them to decide which one's the best one for them, and then we can always arrange for the course lead to have a chat with them if they wanted to. But we'd rather they came and had a chat with us first so that we can help just to make sure that they are on the right track.
Lovely, thank you. When I go to apply for a course, it says preference to the side of it. What does that mean, and which number do I put in? That sounds like the online form.
Yeah, that's part of the application. obviously if you're applying for more than one course, we just need you to indicate which is your first preference and which is your second preference. So it's literally just telling us what is your preferred first choice.
Lovely, thank you. I've got someone here. If I'm in a bit of a pickle about what route to take next for my education, is there someone I can speak to, Maggie?
Absolutely, absolutely. Get in touch with us. That's what we're there for. So yeah, as we said, you can book online. There is an online booking form actually on the screen for you from either the website or on this virtual open event site. And you can book for a one-to-one with one of the careers advisors, and they'll take you through each step of what sort of things are interested to you and help you that way.
Lovely, thank you. My son is interested in a full-time mechanics course. What course does he need to apply for?
If he's interested in mechanics, he wants to be a motor vehicle mechanic, I assume that's what she means, then he can apply for the automotive programme. Depending on what level he's predicted on his GCSE grades, he can either apply for level 1 or level 2.
Lovely, thank you very much. Vicky, what learning support is available on an individual basis?
So we have different types of learning support available. We have in-class support, which is provided by our learning support assistants. We have out-of-class support, which is provided by our learning mentors. On an individual basis, once you've completed your learning support interview form, then we'll be able to see as to like the support needs that you have, and then we can work with you as to whether that would be in class or out of class, to go alongside some of the students that might have more significant needs. Then we have a Senko who provides transition support as well. So you'll be working with her to come from your school and transition into college as well.
Brilliant, thank you very much. We've got a question here. At the moment, I'm at a quite quiet small secondary school. Would it be difficult finding my way around the college? When you first come to college, like anywhere new, it does look like a really big building and it might feel overwhelming, but most curriculum areas stick within one building. So really, you only kind of need to learn your own curriculum area, and you just need to know where you can go to get your food and where the first aid is and where the careers advice and the welfare departments are. So it might seem daunting, but very quickly students find their way around. All the buildings are named, and you would be given a tour right at the beginning to help you work out where everything was. Maggie, I think this might be for you. What job opportunities are there after the esports course?
After the esports course, it's very much based around computer games and gaming and the gaming industry. So anything in that type of industry you could go into. There are local companies. There's companies in Cambridge especially that can go onto that. But I would say most people generally would go on to a degree from that to develop their skills further.
Lovely, thank you. As a parent, I'm a bit concerned that my child who suffers with mental health issues won't have enough support. Can you talk to me about what support is available? Sarah Louise, shall I let you take that one?
Absolutely. There's a huge amount of support, and it starts before the young person even arrives in college. If you indicate on your application form that there's a mental health issue, we will assess the student in advance. That means we'll also be assessing what support they might need, whether we need to get some additional support from other agencies, but also to make certain that they're really happy and safe and welcome when they come into college, so that on a need-to-know basis, the tutors have some information about how they can best support them. The welfare team are there all day, every day on a drop-in. You don't have to book an appointment. They can come in if they're upset. We can put different things in place before the young person arrives. We'll also do a pastoral handover with the school to make sure that we've got appropriate information from them too. So by the time the young person comes, we've got a really good picture of them. Also, if parents want to talk to us in advance, we'd really welcome that. And parents can give the department a ring at any point. We can organise also things like tours to look around, and that could be done with some of the other colleagues here today. So there's lots of support, lots of things in place to support the young person when they get to us.
Brilliant, thank you. So the next one, what makes West Suffolk College stand out from other colleges? How long have you got? We're all smiling. I think we would all pride ourselves on what we would consider to be our outstanding wraparound support that we offer for students, right from everybody sitting in this meeting today. So the welfare support, the personal support, the careers advice guidance support that the students get, the support with the admissions process and moving into starting into college. Guys, I don't know if anybody else has got anything to add. If I missed anything, we could talk about this forever.
I know, we certainly could. I think I'd like to add in, we've heard a lot this morning in the other talks. You know, we've got industry specialists, which is absolutely amazing. We treat everybody as an individual here. So obviously what you're hearing today and the support, we really do want this information so that every single person is treated as an individual. We're very much focused on progression. All of our students that have left us last year, they all went on to successful progression, whether that be an apprenticeship, employment or university. So actually 50% of our students have gone on to university, and we support them through every single stage of that. Our ethos is very much about the qualification, as you would expect, but very much as well about the connections. The connections with employers is absolutely crucial to what we do here at West Suffolk College, and also the character strengths. We have 8 character strengths, and it's really important, I think, that we embed those in everything that we do. There are 8 of them. I'm going to test myself now. We have respect, self-control, ownership, resilience, curiosity, optimism, and ambition and confidence. And I think all of those are kind of embedded in what we do, and particularly in these times are absolutely crucial. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Kathy, a brief word about learning support.
Definitely. Yes, Simon.
Things we're talking about how good West Suffolk College is. The amount and level of support that we offer is without doubt the best in the region. We employ over 80 learning support assistants. You know those as TAs at your current school. My colleague Vicky has already spoken about the role of learning mentors. Our staff are confident and they are very well briefed on how to deliver to students with additional needs. You really can be confident as far as learning support is concerned. We are without doubt the best.
Does anybody else want to say anything? Okay, I shall move on to the next one. Maggie, I'm interested in law. What course should I apply for?
I would suggest if you are interested in law that you can either do something like public services, which leads into either the armed forces or the police force, or we've also got a policing diploma as well. But if you're wanting to go in from more of a solicitor basis, then we would suggest something like business with the law pathway, which is a level 3 programme.
Thank you. And Sarah Louise, am I able to access financial support to help me come to college?
You certainly are. All applications are on the website. The new application will be ready in May. It's really important if you are needing financial support to apply early. And just to give you some idea, the way things stand at the moment, a family income of less than 19,000 would attract support from the college. And we can do things like help with transport, with meals at lunchtime, uniform and equipment. And for anyone over 19, the limit is 25,000, and that again is for the whole household. And again, it pays for the same things, including childcare. So definitely lots of support available if you need it.
Fantastic, thank you. And Angela, do you normally do school talks?
Yes, we absolutely do. We think it's really important that schools, year 10 and year 11, really do understand their pathways post 16. So not just about West Suffolk College, but all of their post 16 pathways. So we are very passionate about working with our local schools. Obviously, at the moment, due to the restrictions, we're not going into the schools, but we are delivering schools. We're doing it virtually like this. We're doing live Q&A sessions, webinars. So as much information as we can get out to the schools, we're doing. We kind of have a programme of events throughout the year. If you go to our college website, there is actually a section on schools and how we can support the schools. There's also a wealth of resources on there to help you choose your next steps.
Brilliant, thank you, Angela. And on the back of that as well, on our website, we have a virtual tour for those of you who are anxious about the size of the campus or finding your way around. You can take a virtual tour of the college and have a look at it for you. We've covered a question about EHCP if I get full-time support. I've got here, what courses are available if I want to work with washing machines?
Wow, that's a good one, isn't it? If you're interested in that sort of thing, then I would suggest something like engineering, because they go down an electronic pathway on the level 3 program. So you could start, depending on what your predicted grades are, that normally starts at a level 2. Or you could go directly into engineering level 3 and take the electronic pathway in your second year.
Brilliant, thank you, Maggie. And Rachel, I'm pretty awful at maths, so a bit concerned about doing this at college. Is there a lot of support for me?
There's plenty of support. We understand fully that students that come to college don't necessarily choose to study maths and English, and they have to continue because it is something that they struggle with. We have progress tutors that can offer out of class support and one-to-one support, and additional classes for students that are particularly anxious or struggling. But more than that, the class sizes are nice and small, and the team are really dedicated and really understand that this is not your favourite subject, and we do all we can right from day one to make it fun and something that you really feel you can achieve.
Brilliant, thank you, Rachel. Are the entry requirements different for different courses, or are there basic requirements you need for all of them?
They're basic requirements for most of them. We've got a general admissions entry requirement for level 3. So normally most offers for a level 3, which is the equivalent of A levels, would be 5 GCSEs at a 4 to 9 grade, preferably to include maths and English. Some of them will require you to have a science as well, depending on the subject you do. If it's a level 2, then it's generally 4 GCSEs at grade 3. So they generally are the same sort of entry requirements per subject.
Lovely, thank you. And Lydia, how long after your application do you have an interview?
It will be obviously once you submit the online form, it'll be 4 weeks after submitting that form. You'll hear from us. So obviously that will confirm what time and date you'll receive your phone call as well from the course team. So I'd say 4 weeks from submission of the online form.
Okay, lovely. So we're getting quite close to the end, so I'm going to try and speed it up slightly so we can get through all the questions. Does every student get their own personal support tutor? Yes, they do. Personal support tutors work within curriculum areas, so we would have a personal support tutor for business, we'd have one for computing and engineering. College-wide, every student gets one. Someone's asked, will we be able to tour the campus before starting in September?
Well, we are hoping, if it's safe to do so, we would hope to invite them in for a welcome visit to the college within the sort of course areas that they've applied for. So we would hope that we can invite them in the summer for a welcome session at the college.
And again, we've got the virtual tour that people can take a look at.
As
Not
well,
quite the same experience, but most definitely a good introduction. Due to COVID, I will have to study from home. Oh, no, sorry, due to COVID, will I have to study from home, and will I need a laptop? So that depends. That really varies on curriculum area. It's difficult to say where we're going to be at next September. At the moment, we're doing a sort of a 50-50, so students are in 50% of the time. Some areas, students are in 100% of the time. So that's quite a difficult question to answer at the moment. Students are accessing college from their mobile phones as well as laptops. But if you were 50% from home, then yes, we would be hoping that you would have some kind of device that you could access online from home. Don't know if anybody else has got anything to add to that one. No, okay. When booking a careers advisor meeting, it's asked me to pick out of 3 advisors. Is there a reason for that?
No, that's just because there's 3 of us and you've got a choice as to who you'd like to speak to. And so it really depends on who's got the appointments available.
Brilliant. So. Rachel, is there an opportunity to resit maths and English exams if I don't get what I need first time?
Absolutely. I don't need to say any more than that. You will carry on studying and you do get to resit again.
Brilliant. And another one for you, if doing an apprenticeship and don't get the English grade, will this be covered during my day at college, or will I need to attend on another day?
My department don't actually manage the apprenticeship team, but I do know that they try very hard to ensure that the classroom activity all happens at the same time. So yes, they should be able to do their English and or their maths classes when they are at college for their apprenticeship classroom work.
Okay, lovely. So it looks like we've come to the end of our questions now. If there's anything that we haven't answered for you, or you'd like confirmation of any of the answers that we've given you, you can email in. So the email address is careersadvice@wsc.ac.uk. And that will go to Maggie and her team, and she can forward them on to the relevant people within Inside College so that we can answer those questions for you. I'm hoping that you've all found this really useful. I think we've all enjoyed doing it, to be fair. It's nice to see a nice selection of questions coming through, and lots of interest from people. And thank you all very much. Goodbye.